Celebrating Gravette High School and happy National Token Reading Day. I'm Zeke.
And I'm Skylar, and this is the news for the week of March 25th.
Seniors will receive their cap and gowns next Tuesday. Be sure to pick up your graduation gear during your lunch period.
There's been a whole lot of Gravette success recently. GHS Band and Choir recently performed at their regional assessments. Concert Band received excellent ratings for their performance, and Select Choir received ratings of excellent for performance and sight reading. Meanwhile, Jazz Band received first at the Pitt State Jazz Festival. Additionally, Choir took 8 singers to the solo and ensemble competition, where 7 of the 8 received superior ratings.
So you go in and then you perform a solo song and then they rate you on your singing.
Great job, GHS Music!
A few weeks ago, HOSA took over 50 students to their state convention in Hot Springs, where over 15 finished in the top 6 in their respective events, with 7 receiving medals for finishing in the top 3, including Dylan Hall, who took home first place in home health aid.
Feels great. Number 1 in the state, number 1 in the school. Only person from Gravette to get first. Only 5 people placed, so I'm basically the best.
DECA also recently took 11 students to compete at the DECA State Leadership Conference, with 3 students placing in the top 3.
Next Thursday is Spring Picture Day, so comb your hair, put on a nice shirt, and bring your best smile.
A few weeks ago, Logan gave us an update on the future of the Welcome Center. Let's go to him again to learn more about some changes happening in Gravette.
Last we talked on what's happening in Gravette, we spoke about the NWA Welcome Center coming into town. But the city now faces a new problem of how to accommodate the traffic and the people that will be rolling through our city. If you live in the town of Gravette, I'm sure that you have been at the four-way and had to put your car in reverse to let a semi turn. Well, hopefully that won't last much longer. Due to the Welcome Center coming into town, more businesses looking to move into the area, and the growing population, the city and the state is now looking into a stoplight. As of now, the junction area does not require a stoplight, but once traffic gets worse and stays consistently worse, the state said they will pay for a stoplight to be installed at our four-way. The city is also having to create new sidewalks to connect the old sidewalks to the new ones, updating the parks and make the town glow more than it already does. The reason for this is actually due to a couple things: the overflow in bikers in northwest Arkansas and how many people actually walk from place to place in our town. The funds for these projects are actually coming from a grant that is called Community Funds, and it is through Womack's office.
Cities have the ability to apply, and not just cities, but other organizations. For this, we applied and we were awarded a little over $7.2 million for this expansion. And this won't get us all the way there, but it gets us a start.
There's also something that the City Council voted unanimously on, and it is to put back the 3/4 cent sales tax to the voters. Once this is fully passed, it could potentially be just under $1 million into streets, and then there could be up to $3.2 million into flooding problems around the city. The reason there is a potential for that amount is because they put the max amount of money that could be granted. Future planning is to run North Mount Pleasant into exit 102 and connect the roads that way can help with the flow of traffic from the Welcome Center a little differently. Future plans also include widening Highway 59 and 72 out to exit 100. There's a group called 59 Corridor, and they spoke with the state representatives, and the state is now doing a study to see if those roads need widened. Highway 59 would be widened south of the four-way and go down through Decatur and connect to the 4-lane road in Gentry. All of these major updates are happening and happening fast in Gravette. Up next, we have one huge infrastructure update coming, so tune in and stay informed with what's happening in Gravette.
Thank you, Logan.
Basketball isn't the only girls' sports team that's done well this year. Here's Shay to tell us more about Gravette's athletic success in female sports.
The first time women competed nationally in sports was at the 1900 Olympic Games. There were 997 athletes there, and among them were 22 ambitious women. Throughout time, the growth and population of women's sports has been monumental, not only across the country, but especially here in Gravette, where women's sports have dominated. Women's sports in Gravette goes back to the 40s when we had our first basketball team and the 50s with our first cheerleading squad. As the years went on and Title IX, a gender equality law that was a part of the Education Amendments of 1972, got passed, new female sports teams were introduced. The women's track team appeared in 1988, our softball team was established in 1995, volleyball was started in 2004, Gravit's first women's golfer came onto the team in 2006, and women's cross country had their first team in 2015. Women's sports have excelled recently here in Gravit, winning state championships by our golf, softball, and cross country teams in the same 2022-2023 school year.
Oh, like you throw like a girl is a big thing that like guys and people say. And so I think just women in general get doubted a lot in sports.
If you think of a high-level athlete, normally people think of men. And like if you think of star athletes, usually people list men. And I feel like being a woman in sports, you definitely just have to prove yourself and show that women can be just as athletic and as successful as men.
I mean, honestly, being anybody in sports means working hard. But to me, being a woman in sports means working hard, knowing you may never get the recognition that you think you deserve. And so especially like bringing home state championships here, I know that there's always going to be a legacy and there's always going to be my name on a trophy that proves that women do have a place in sports.
There's clearly so much success happening here in Gravit in our women's sports teams, and we don't expect that success to slow down anytime soon.
Thank you, Shay.
For this week's survey, we want to know, what's your favorite restaurant here in town? Let us know.
Well, that's everything for us. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Zeke.
And we'll see you next week.